What is going on? Ooh, hold on. Not a fan of that. We gotta fix that. There we go. So much better. All right, how's everyone doing tonight? Got a lot of people in chat. Bot Lady kicking us off. Welcome, Bot Lady. Darth Side, hello to you too. Mango Ice, what is good? Coolmore Farms, first timer in the house. How you doing, Mike? Thank you for stopping by. Wiz, shout out from New Zealand. Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. What time is it over there, New Zealand, right now? JMO's in the house, the legend Zermoose. Bert. Let's see who else do we have in here. Andy FFS Stables. Hello, hello, hello. Dark Love Sports, the legend Zed Draft. First timer in here. How you doing, Zed Draft? Solid crew. Siberia's in here. Let's go. Zed Retro's in the house. What is up, Retro? Local boy is here. Who did I miss? Did I feel like I missed someone? We all good? We all here? Civil Lobo, hello from New Mexico. Sean 3, we in here? Yeah, we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my Thursday night show, everyone. Timbo Rice, how you doing? So tonight will be kind of a little bit of a different stream, a shorter stream. Had a lot of new followers. We've got a handful of new people in the chat tonight. So I want to take a minute to take a deep dive into like every aspect of my website and kind of really explain things in detail for you all. So but before we do that, before we get into that, a few fun things to talk about as well. First being hint of hazelnut, Z7 Elite Nakamoto that I picked up. This is my first Nakamoto. Not a great racer. Don't expect too much from her in that department. But it is a Z7 and a Nakamoto. I think could be fun to breed with. And for those of you that are familiar, I think would be a great addition to the MJ Legend and MJ for All competitions. Thank you, Sean 3 Twitch. I appreciate it. Love the emotes in chat, Darth Side. Thank you very much. So, yeah, for those of you that don't know, the MJ Legend program is a monthly competition where the top single donator each month gets access to various prizes based off of how much is given. So, if the top donor is somewhere between $0.99, you get a free breed with one of my male horses. If you're between $100 and $199, you get a UU offspring or a 10-horse stable review on top of the tier 1 benefit. And then if it's 200 plus, you get all three of those things. Now, don't worry if you are not the MJ Legend at the end of the month, but you still contributed, you are still in the running for a prize. That being a UUU horse from my stable. All you need is minimum $1 gets you an entry. And entries increase. You get one additional entry for every $5 donated as outlined right down here. So even if you don't win MJ Legend, your money is not necessarily for waste because each $5 donation gets you into an entry into winning a horse. Where does that money go? That money gets reinvested into my stable to, one, help me, but also to improve the MJ Legend and MJ for All programs. It goes into costs related to streaming and my website. Some of it does go into my pocket. And some of it is also given back to the community in the form of subs to other streamers to help them grow as well. And J Rice 530, thank you so much. Kicking us off. That is an entry, $6.90. Can we get some nices in chat for J Rice? Can we get some nices in chat for Rod? What's going on, brother? How you doing? Let's get some nices in chat. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Every single penny is appreciated very, very much. Congratulations. You are now in the running for MJ4A and MJ Legend. Doing all right, Farad. Doing all right. Have we finished last... No, we have not. Well, so we picked the winner, which was the accountant. I reached out to the accountant, and he needed some time to get back to me. So we will be working that out soon. MJ for All, this is the first month of MJ for All. So that program is just kicking off. I hope to have the breed for that, for MJ for All done soon. We shall see. That way you kind of know what you would be getting for your money. Thank you so much, Bot Lady. I appreciate that a lot. Worm, thank you for the nice and welcome to the stream. First timer over here. Give some love to Worm. All right. Speaking of Bot Lady and loving the program, want to take a minute to talk about Bot Lady, new and now very close friend of mine. She is doing a giveaway for a excuse me, Z33 Elite Buterin Space Sparkle Female Philly Supercoat. Unnamed, I believe it's unnamed. Or no, it's named Super Space Sparkler. Sorry, unraced, unbred. But awesome name, awesome coat color, and it's a super coat. What's going to happen with super coats? No one knows. I think having a super coat could be super cool, super valuable. Yeah, ready to breed, ready to go. Z33 Elite. We'll be talking more about this horse later. For those of you that don't know, Bot Lady also streams. I've got her Twitter account right there. Go ahead and drop her a follow. She streams Zed content. She streams poker. She's got fun giveaways. It's a literal game show. I believe she's on tomorrow from, yeah, right there. Perfect. Easy. Makes it easy for you. 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern time for those of you in the U.S. It's her first NFT and first raffle, so let's show her some love. Super engaging content. A lot of fun. High energy. Super, super great. But this giveaway would not be possible tonight without the generous donation. These tickets were gifted to me by another very close friend of the show and someone who's incredibly generous for the community. And that right there is Mr. Darthside Supercoats, who's also in chat. Go ahead and give him a follow as well. He has a Van Gogh Tea collection, which is AI-generated artwork, which he's working on. I own one. There are only 7 of these for sale, 5 of these at the floor price. They get burned every week and is an absolute legend. The pieces are beautiful. If you click on one, you can actually see the video of how the AI, so he puts in a seed phrase and the AI generates these images. And you can actually see right here, this is the progression that it goes through from basically just kind of that gray pixelated rectangle square to look at this beautifully vibrant, detailed piece. And so, yeah, if you're looking for a nice, cool NFT to add to your collection, if you're interested in artwork, he's got plans long-term for his Van Gogh Tea collection. I believe Series 2 is coming out when Series 1 is done, or if not, soon after. And the price is only 0.05, and it's on Polygon, so you don't have to pay gas, which is huge, because gas right now is absolutely killer. So yes, please go give 2 friends here a follow. And can we get a big thank you in it chat? Oh, okay. So Series 2 will come out in December. Give a thank you in chat to Bot Lady and to Darthside, 2 great members of the Zed community. Big, big fans of theirs. We've got 46 people in here already. Bot Lady says, first person to buy a raffle ticket in this chat, I'll give a second ticket free to them if they drop their address in here too. Whoa. We got a BOGO offer for the first person to buy a ticket to this raffle. I'm dropping the link right here. Check that out. Go ahead right now. Tickets are only $5, just over $5.03 right now. Again, also on Polygon, you don't have to pay gas. I believe it's capped at 60, so you've got a pretty good chance. Fred, you might be able to yeah, boom, let's hit that heart. Hit that heart. Oh, where? There we go. Show some love, hit the heart. Fred, you still might be able to yeah, to get in on this. Only $5 per ticket, only 60 tickets, so that's a pretty good odds, pretty good chance, potential for pretty good value there. Go check out that link. Whoever gets the first one, throw your addy in here, let Bot Lady know, and you will get a second ticket for free. McGinnis says, while we're talking fun giveaways, I'm currently doing a sibling race off promotion. If you buy one of 3 siblings I recently bred, we're going to coordinate a race, all 3 in the Griffin. And the winner of the 3 will get another free UUU. Hit me up on Discord if you want more details. McGinnis, go ahead and throw your Discord in here. Darthside looks like he snagged it. Just beat Chaos. Wow, look at that. Look at that, 3 people hopped in. Darthside, Chaos, and Bert. Well done. Way to support. You know what? Why don't we, nice, thank you for throwing that in there, McGinnis. Bot lady, look at that. Look at that love coming in. You know what? Let's give away one right here, right now on stream. For those of you watching on YouTube or Facebook, thank you. But in order to enter this competition, you will need to be on Twitch, twitch.tv/MJStables. We're going to start the first raffle. It is a 2-minute raffle. This will be the first of 5 tickets given away tonight. And the command to win this will be !bot lady. I'll tell you when it's starting right now. You got 2 minutes on the clock. Go, 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 go. !bot lady to win this horse. Awesome. Love it. We got people in here. Or sorry, win a ticket for the horse. Bot lady playing it fair. Going to check the timestamps on who got in first and give it fairly to them. Appreciate you, bot lady. Way to keep it fair. Very, very cool. Very, very exciting. And yeah, if you check out the page, you buy a ticket, definitely throw another heart her way and support everything that she's doing and relating to the community, both her and Darthside. I'm going to take 2 seconds. We've got 1:15 left on the timer. Just to step away for 1 second. You get to watch some old embarrassing clips of me. I will be right back. The countdown is still going. 32 of you in. Let's keep that hype going. Oh, looks like Burt Racing snagged the first one. Congrats to Burt Racing. All right, I will be right back. Trot says, what's up for grabs with the top tip? Oh, that's a good question. I should do that. I should absolutely do that. I don't know yet. I might have to think about that. Smokey Drake says, highest total donated for the stream gets a legend. No, highest donation total, like running sum all time, gets the legend. Not just for stream. Just want to make sure I hit everything. Scott O says, we got 7 seconds left on the timer. ! Bot lady. Get in quick. Big shout out to Cajun Lady 78. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. Hope you're having a great evening. Yep, that was back from when you were the legend. What's up, DJ Kingpin? How you doing? Yeah, in a way. Like sick-wise, feeling better. Still going through some struggles, but you know we're here working through it, and appreciate all the love and support of all of you here. What's up, Crazy Cat? Cajun Lady, first timer. Let's go. Thank you, Bot Lady. Thank you for spreading the love. All right, we've got the timer's done. We still got 4 tickets to give away, so don't worry if you didn't get in. But let's pick our first winner. Can we get some hype in chat for this first winner, please? Let's get some emotes. Let's go. Prony Tony with the hype. Local boy in there. Bot lady says thank you. Got her little convo going on. Crazy Cat. Thanks to everyone who bought it. One. Oh, we haven't had Sean through. We haven't had a Bort in a while. Absolutely not. Love it, love it, love it. Let's pick our winner. You know the drill. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The winner of the first ticket is Jungle Pony. Jungle Pony, congrats on winning the raffle ticket for Super Space Sparkler. Go ahead and throw me a awesome you are here. Perfect. A DM, and I will get this over to you ASAP after the stream. All right, we will pop back over. We still have 4 more tickets to give away. Now we'll get kind of to the meat and the main part of the show tonight, and that is an overview of my website. For those of you that aren't familiar, my website is mjinformatics.com. And we're going to start off tonight on the resources page. We'll work our way up, eventually getting to ZEDalytics. No problem, bot lady. All the thanks go to Darthside. Wouldn't have happened without him. So big ups there, big contribution there from him. All right, so yeah, so this is boom, my nice big logo up top. I'm zoomed in heavily, so things may look a little different. Your mileage may vary when you pop into the site. But yeah, let's get started. So there are 4 main pages on my site. First one being resources. So on the top part here on resources, the tools. So the first thing you're going to see is the breeding color calculator. This goes to step stables. For those of you that don't know, oh no, looks like we're having some issues there, or my link is no longer valid. All right, so we've got a countdown going. So that will come back up soon. They have this really awesome color calculator. I hope it stays. But yeah, I will update that from step stables soon. Next one we have is Haku. Haku, I love for they archived the page. Oh, awesome, Sean through Twitch. Thank you. I'll have to check that. It was great for buying horses to it's great for horse lookup. You can see the price, you can get all the information you need about your horse, the name, the color, the genotype, blood, breed, performance. So here you've got your win, your show, and the number of races and the number of free. You can click in and you can get again, this will take you right to OpenSea. Pro tip, feed the horses. It doesn't actually do anything, but it's a lot of fun. You got financial stats, fire stats, other data, definitely worth checking out. So if you're looking to buy a horse, you're not familiar, definitely check out Haku. The next one we have is, I'm jumping all over the place tonight, as Know Your Horses. I mean, this is a pun intended staple, say that 5 times fast, in the Zed world. I use this site, I love this site for just getting kind of your horse and or stable overview. So right now they've got, the tournament information from the tournament that just ran in the cut line. You can type in the name of a horse and you'll get kind of some really nice stats and overview. So you got, the name, all the, odds, percentages, performance, profitability, final positions. Really great tool, really in-depth site. They have a bunch of things down here. You can drill down, so that will bring up your filters. Filter by, date, distance, paid versus free, heat or not. You've got a speed analysis, which looks at just kind of some speed, distribution curves. Oh, I do, T-Wiz. Good point. I absolutely do. Thank you for that. And then you've got a speed statistics, which kind of looks at speeds in terms of finish times by distance and number of races, all those fun things. You got the horseshoe, which shows where the horse finishes at each distance along with the number of races. The heat check, where you can look at heat in different ways, and then ancestry as well, looking at offspring of a horse. Very interesting offspring chart for Super Chic. I've never actually looked at this, but pretty cool. All right. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll have to dive a little deeper into that later. And then we have Zed Ranks. This is good. I like using this combined with Haku, and you can look at like the sold horses on Haku, but this could give you an idea of like how much a horse could be worth potentially. You got some fun little metrics here, and you can see it's like, okay, 0.95, 1.12 stallion. You got 10% win rates, rare. You can see kind of the price chart here along with some similar horses, so that's pretty cool. Floors listed and sold, so you get all that fun information. Let's see, what else do we have? Then we have Worm. Thank you for the $10 donation. Love the stream. Thank you. I love that you're here. Really appreciate that, and that's going to give you 2 entries into MJ for all. So congratulations on that. Thank you very much. Then we have Zed Run Tools. This is my favorite site for looking at breeding information. Golden Glow's in the house. What is good, brother? How are you doing? If we look at, we'll plug in a horse. Sometimes I have trouble with that main page loading. That's okay. Just type in a horse name up top. I love this site for looking at like lineage as well. Cajun Lady, don't have that set up yet. I should have it. I might have it in my socials. Yeah, there's my YouTube right there. And then you can click, you can see right here, that's Genesis. You can click children. And then you can add the offspring, you hit parents. And so like you can really work your way through a horse's lineage on here. It's pretty cool, pretty neat. You see there, win, place, show, percent. Um, it's awesome. Watching Mike White and listening to MJ. Great night. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Absolutely the best site for lineage details for sure. Love this site a lot. I'm in honestly I'm in all these sites. Specifically Haku, Know Your Horses, and Zed Run tools almost daily. And the last one I believe is the newest one, and this is the LIR Syndicate rankings. So this is a ranking site where you can kind of plug in different filters for your horse. You can see, how they rank. If they rank your horse based off of race results, entry fee, and how far back the race was won, and the class of the race. You can also type in your horse name, see how that ranks, broken down by distances, as you can see right here. You can look at 30-day rank, filtered by Z number, super coat, age, blood, type, breed, all of these fun things. So super, super nice. What up, Trot? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, that is LIR. All these, again, accessible here. So the main purpose of this page is, hey, whether you're new or experienced to Zed, I want it to be a place where you can come in and get everything that you would ever need on a single page. So up top we have the tools. Then below we have our community content section. And this is an automatic feed that updates every few hours, pulling in from, select users who create primarily Zed content. So we have everything from podcasts to YouTube to blog posts, all in here. Still can't give biddies. Yeah, I can't give biddies. Sorry, Darthside. It's because I don't have that set up due to accessibility. Wanting to be able to stream on all platforms at the same time. When you go into those platforms with Twitch, there are some kind of restrictions they place. So yeah, biddies are not a thing, at least not yet. So as you can see right here, we've got some YouTube interviews from Jarek, San Francisco Tribe. Looks like they've been most active lately, and it's based off of when things are posted. So Jarek's been killing it lately. Here we go. Here's myself, more San Francisco Tribe. Zed Guru is in here. And if you just scroll down, it keeps populating. Zed News Network, cracking the Zed Run code, HeroCraft, Zed Run itself. Those updates come in here as well. And so a lot of people in here. Zed Gazette. See Zed Insights. So yes, as new content is loaded, HeroCraft, it just automatically gets populated here. So if you want Zed content, if you need Zed content, you want to learn from people that are constantly putting out new content, highly recommend checking out my resources page. One, access to the tools, but then also two, it is a huge, huge knowledge dump for you all. So definitely check that one out. All right. 1 second. We will go on to the next page. I'm doing all right, Trot. Hey, Lucky. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. All right. So then the next page we're going to go to is right here. This is the state of Zed. And this is kind of crowded again because I'm zoomed in super far. So State of Zed is it's a stream I used to do every few weeks where I would basically take the dump of data. What's up, Monsters Inc? Zed, didn't see you slide in there. And I would kind of we spend an episode. Thank you, Cajun Lady. I appreciate the host. We spend an episode going over, just high level macro things in Zed, talking about the Zed ecosystem as a whole. And I decided, hey, you know what? Let's take that offline. Let's put this online. Let's make this more accessible for everyone. So here, just kind of going over everything. We have, excuse me. Oh, all right. Sometimes it does this. It's been open for a minute. Gives a little refresh. This is horse distribution. So this is the count of horses. You see this last updated a few days ago. The count of horses by blood and by breed, and it's like a heat map. So you go, all of these will go from like white to a darker green, and that's where kind of your density is. So I mean, we see obviously the most Buterins. That makes sense. A lot of legendary and a lot of exclusive Buterins. Again, not terribly surprised by that at all. It's also helpful, like if you want to try and dive in and do some deeper analysis, you can kind of see, okay, wow, Zabo Pacers are crushing it right now, hypothetically. But the reason being is, hey, look, there are only 50 of them. The next part goes to kind of the blood and breed by their win rate on average. So thank you, East Coast. How you doing? The most hated person in Zed, or so I'm told. And so here you can see, like, okay, Zabo Pacers, using that last example, only have a 1.89% win rate. Well, hold on. There are only 50 of them. And how often do you think those are raced? My guess would be probably not too often. So again, you can kind of glean, this is all macro. This is all very, very high level. Then, and Darside, this one's for you. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. I'm working on some fun things for ZEDalytics first. Still waiting for his money. Oh, no. But it is in the roadmap to add a color drill down here, but you can kind of see color breakdowns. And if you don't see the number, you can just mouse over and it'll pop up with how many horses are in here. Then the next thing that we can look at right here is the race distribution. So, and this will tell you how many races there are by distance and by class. So, for example, the ever elusive Class 4 2600, which didn't exist until a few weeks ago, you can see there have now been 484, at least as of approximately November 1st, races there. And you can see, okay, most of these races seem to be in Class 5, Class 4, Class 3, very few in Class 1. And you can just look at the numbers at the bottom here to see what those total breakdowns are. MJ, when retro racing merch? As in, when am I going to be on the site, or when am I going to wear the shirt? I'll be wearing the shirt soon. Man, I am like super, super parched tonight. Trot says I picked up a Slate Gray Legendary Filly. Let's go. When Class 4 1200s. Well, if you look at this here, wow, yeah, I mean, look at that. Like, that's kind of a gap. If you're 1200 and you're Class 4 compared to the other distances, except for 26, it looks like the odds are a little smaller. I'm talking with the retro team about that, East Coast. Absolutely am. But merch is also something on the roadmap for sure. Yeah, big shout out again to Dartside as well. Has a 50% off Slate Gray studs right now. Pretty cool. And I think this isn't showing up because I'm too zoomed in. Let's see what happens if I zoom out a bit on it. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, some of these charts are kind of skewed because of my zoom just for the stream. But this is now the fire distribution. So if you race at, and this is so this is your place up top, and this is your distance. And again, this is macro level. Just because you see this doesn't mean it's going to be true for your horse or horses in general. There are going to be horses on one side of these numbers and horses on another side of these numbers. AC Wolf, what's going on? And so we can see right here that on average, for first place, they get fired 53% of the time. I actually think that number is down. I think it used to be 56. Second place gets 44, 36, 28. You can kind of see how it goes down. And then kind of picks up at 12, which is really interesting. Specifically at these middle distances. And I wonder if that has something to do with the distance preference being changed on there. But again, like, these are the kinds of questions you can start to ask by looking at this data. I'd be like, I wonder why this is. You may not get to your answer here, but it can at least present itself in a way that would allow you to maybe think a little deeper or dig a little further. Last two charts down here, and then we'll have some fun with this. So this is your by month, starting December 2020. You have your, if you mouse over it, you can see the percentile of speed. So we're in the 75th percentile. And down here, we're in the 25th percentile. And here we are looking at the average speed. And you can kind of see how those numbers have changed over time. What up, Mikma? How you doing? And then here with the blue, this is your standard deviation and how that has changed. And so you can see right here in September, the top basically fell off. We were kind of on a pretty steady upstream, fell off, and it's now looking like it's starting to recover through November. Or I mean, we're only 4 days in, but it's getting up there. And then the standard deviation also took a huge plummet and also seems to be on its way to recovery. This has been pretty flat. There's a little bit of an uptick, but pretty flat. And this has been pretty consistent throughout. So, like, again, this is high level. Super high level. But allows you to see, okay, it's a barometer. It's kind of a temperature check on things. So maybe, next month Zed makes a change or an algorithm update or something. Possibly it could be reflected here. And then this chart right here, this one I think is the most fun on the right. So you're looking, again, it's cut off because I'm so zoomed in for stream, but you've got Nakamoto, Finney, Szabo, and Buterin. Each one of these balls corresponds to the Z number and then their average place. And you can, again, mouse over. So an average place for Z1 knock is 5.14. And you can kind of see how tight that is. And as you move down through all the different genotypes, there's a lot more noise. The data gets a lot more scattered. And you've got a knock all the way down here at 268. So there's a question in chat. Can you drill down? Yes, there are a few ways to do that. So up here, you can click in any one of these: blood, breed, horse type, race type. You can filter for super coats, and all those things will filter for you. You can also click on the chart. So let's say I want to look specifically at Finney's. I click on Finney. It's going to take a second because we got to parse through everything. And then you want to hit keep only. And you'll know that your selection has been confirmed when it updates up top here in Bloodline. It says Bloodline Finney. So instead of clicking the drop down, you can just click on the Bloodline. And then you'll see all these charts kind of change. And you notice down here, okay, Finney. Let's say I only want to look at, I want to only look at exclusives. Boom. Other chart where it's the same chart or different chart, same process. Click on it. Keep only. Awesome. And you can see that all of these numbers are now updating. So for Finney exclusives, fire in first place, that number's up to 55%, which is higher than the general population. And let's say the one that I bought was, fiery, or I'm interested in was fiery. Again, this is high-level macro. This isn't going to say that your horse is going to have this or perform this way. And you can see, whoa, like the numbers got super, super crazy for these horses. Here's where they're racing more often. So Finney exclusive is most often racing in class 4. Like that's something that's pretty cool to, to check out from this. Class 5. Why is my arm just up like this? I'm talking with my hands a lot. And you can see, okay, for a, fiery, Finney exclusive, 57% fire for winner. And again, if you plug all these things into a site like Haku to buy a horse, that doesn't necessarily mean that your horse will fit this exact mold. Every horse is different. Zed is gray. This is high-level macro information. And you can kind of see right here, whoa, it's Z12 exclusive Finney. Average place drops down significantly. So let's check that out. What's that all about? And we can see, okay, well, there are only 54 of those horses. So maybe that could have something... Jesus, Trot. That could have something to do with it. And you can see, like, wow, okay, these charts are crazy. Standard deviation shot up in October. For fire, 58%. And it just, again, it gives you more insights. They primarily race in class 4, and then class 3, and then class 5. Let's say this is all good and fun, and, you've got your fill, but okay, now I want to switch on. I'm going to look at, legendary Buterins. Well, in order to do that, the fastest way to do it is just to go down here and click this line with an arrow. And it is going to reset every single one of your filters. Bot lady, you are all good. My moderation is a little too strict. So I've got to cut that back. Not a problem. You are totally fine. And then boom, we are right back to where we started. So yes, any of these filters up top you can use. Instead of, moving the slider, you can also just type in a number. So like if I want to look at, Z52 and higher, hit enter and boom, it's updated. So definitely something to check out for sure. High level macro analysis. It's not going to be indicative of any potential purchases you make. Every horse is different. Zed is gray, but I think it's kind of a fun tool to play with if you want to, again, the state of Zed. You want to understand what does the ecosystem currently look like as a whole for certain types of horses. That is why this was built out. Trot says, for any newbies, make sure to ask MJ for his OnlyFans. Fun fact, do not have an OnlyFans. But thank you, Trot, for the obligatory OnlyFans plug. Look forward to every time you come on stream. Great content on there too. GoFanatic says, do you think the average speed of everyone has gone up a marginal amount recently? Some of my horses just don't feel as good as a month ago. So great point. And what up, Chicago Stables? How you doing? Feel free, first of all. OnlyFans the place to be. Oh, geez, bot lady. Feel free to ask questions at any time during stream about anything Zed related at all. I'd be more than happy to answer, even if it's not related to what I'm currently talking about. I love when stables come in and ask questions. I want to help people try and understand and improve the accessibility of Zed in the platform itself. So thank you so much, GoFanatic, for asking. I really, really appreciate it. No one should feel ever, ashamed or worried that their question is too, dumb or basic or anything like that. Not at all. We are all new at one point, so please don't be afraid. So GoFanatic asked a really good point, a really good question. Do you think the average speed of everyone has gone up a marginal amount recently? Some of my horses don't feel as good as a month ago. I don't necessarily think that the average speed has gone up. What I think is happening is the competition is tougher because of the tournaments. And Zed has said, hey, next tournament's coming soon. You're going to have racers that have dropped down into lower classes in order to allow them to move through the classes over the duration of a tournament so that they can last. So let's say, hypothetically, I'm a Class 2 racer, and I can do pretty well in Class 2. And in order to qualify for a race, I need to race 30 times. Well, just the math of that, if I'm a good racer and down classing is de-incentivized, if that's even a word, I'm going to struggle as soon as I hit Class 1, and my odds are going to be greatly decreased. So we're seeing, at least anecdotally, I'll say, a handful of racers drop down into lower classes. Let's say Class 4 in this Class 2 example. We'll drop down to Class 4 to give them leeway to still perform and also move up in class. And so that's something to keep in mind, just that the racing ecosystem is very different than it was a few weeks, let alone a month ago. LOL, Zed related, so much emphasis. Exactly. You know exactly where I was going, Trot. I'm so sorry, bot lady. I am so sorry. Check out Only Studs. Yep, exactly. I am not on OnlyFans, but I am on Only Studs. So you can get all of that content there. Darkside says, look at the difference between Moon and Earth in 2600. Fire rates. All right, sure. Let's check that out quick. All right, so look at Moon. At 2600, so we got 26%, 60, 57, 47. Well, that's really high. And that's a good amount of horses. And what is the distribution of these? That's mostly, Buterin Legendary exclusive. What's up, Naruto? How you doing? Welcome. All right, so then look at Moon, and what was the other one? And you can also shift click if you want to select multiple colors. That is definitely a thing. Foxy Burger, I was not able to check that out. But pretty exciting nonetheless. I heard of it. I heard what it was about. And that was pretty exciting. All 12 Z1s in a Griffin race. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Prony Tony says not only fans, pony fans. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so yeah, that's significantly lower and still a fairly good, sample size. That's not terribly small, and you're getting, again, it looks like most from there. Very, very interesting. Um, so yeah, interesting point, Darside. Thank you for bringing that up for sure. What's up, Pack? How you doing? The legend is here. Is there any analysis on bloodline crosses? For example, Finnies crossed with Buterins. So no, that is not on here. At least not yet. If it is, it would be way, way, way down the line. But that's a very good question. Naruto's in the house. Naruto, probably the best user of MJ Informatics on the whole outside of myself. So if you're not already, give them a follow. Please, please, please. Oh, Chicago Stables. Uh-oh, gonna smoke them tonight. And then, let's see, just catching up on chat here. Did kind of go up because faster, better horses were there that otherwise wouldn't have been. Yeah, Andy, I think that's a fair way of looking at it. Absolutely. Absolutely. In like the key there is that you're applying the the way you phrase that was perfect. So because there are better horses there, the speed will go up, not just going up for the sake of going up. But because there are more people in there. Whoa, can we hold on? Just notice this. We need to take a timeout here. We have 69 viewers in chat. Can I get some nices in chat? Thank you so much. Can't believe we have 69 of you in here tonight. That blows me away. I appreciate you all for being here. J-Ray says, wasn't into Zed with the last Genesis drop happened. What was the average price for Buterin Genesis? I got mine for both of mine around 0.2. Want to make sure I have some in the drop. I did not get mine from the drop. I don't know, but they were pretty affordable. No one knows when that next drop might be. And yeah, Darkside said no more drops. I would agree that there probably aren't going to be many more drops, if any at all. I don't think there will be. I really, really don't. Trot, if you're looking to tip, it is exclamation point. I believe it's donate. Yes, and there's the URL right there. Man, chat is flying tonight. Love the nices. Thank you so much. Can you share the tip link, please? Yes, absolutely. Trot just threw it in there. AC Wolf, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love the nices. Love the nices. 120. Oh, thank you, Golden Globe, for looking it up. $120 for a Z10 Buterin Genesis. That is not bad at all. 0.04. Morning from sunny Australia. Morning to you, Red Snap. Waiting for you and Sean to come down under. I can't wait to travel. Want to see the world through Zed. It is good self-awareness, absolutely. Thank you for those of you that are looking that up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Appreciate you all. So yes, that is State of Zed. High-level macro analysis. I wouldn't necessarily make buying decisions off of it, but it's it's just kind of, you get to see where things are at within Zed Run. The next kind of page, I was going to say slide, page we're going to go to is called a Zed File. And so Zed File, just full disclaimer, you've got it right here. Page is out of date and is slow to update. More frequent updates will be coming soon. Speeds are not yet normalized here. So this requires some work. Again, I'm putting more focus right now onto into ZEDalytics and an unannounced project, which I will hopefully possibly be announcing soon. I've got to tighten some things up for it. So that's why this has kind of been slow. This has been kind of the bottom of everything on the site. But I still want to give you guys an overview, guys and girls, an overview, men and women, an overview of this, just so you can get an idea of what it is and what it is used for, so that when the time comes, you'll have an awesome reference point. So I grew up being a huge fan of collecting sports cards. And the inspiration for this page was to basically create that back of a baseball card for. Thank you so much, MLauro555555. Did I get all those 5 rights for a $10 Coolmore Farms? Big shout out to Coolmore Farms in chat. There are 2 entries into MJ for all. Appreciate you so much. First timer with the donation. Absolutely huge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so I basically wanted to create that back of the sports card for a Zed horse. And so what I did, all I did up here was type in, horse's name. So Gold War. And again, this is slightly out of date still. But here you get the name of the horse, the type, genotype, breed, blood, color, rarity, whether it's a super coat or not, and when it was born. So again, kind of like all of your like high-level information about the horse. And then average class, average fee, number of races, average points, average speed, races per day, and then win rate. And kind of the main purpose of this, outside of being that, back of the sports card, was also to be a place to quickly evaluate horses overall. Hey, Heroine, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. And so with this, I wanted to give you as much information about a horse as possible. Just up front. Again, with, reducing clicks, don't have to go through a million things. So here you've got kind of your high level information. Trot 1069, thank you so much. Thanks for your service to the community. No problem. Thank you for the donation. That is 2 entries into MJ for all. Congratulations and thank you, thank you, thank you, Trot. So happy we follow each other on Twitter. So going on to kind of the next. Yes, thank you. Let's get some nices in chat. For Trot with the $10.69 donation /dip. So here you kind of see the race breakdown. So looking at free and paid by class. So we're looking at, just like paid here. You can say, okay, ran some free races in class 1, some free races in class 2. And we can look at paid here. So very few, a lot here. It looks like a majority of races were definitely in class 2. Okay. This we'll talk about more later, but this is a basically it's a speed chart on where your horse is performing, with the white triangle being Zed average, and each red triangle represents a race that your horse has run in. So you can kind of see, do you fall below or behind that Zed average? Here is your fire breakdown. So this is a fire breakdown by distance and class. We'll go into this in more detail on ZEDalytics. We can see, okay, wow, good fire at class 5, 4, 3. It kind of drops down a little bit at 2 and really kind of falls off at 1. Here you have your average place. So that's 6.5. And so now in these next 3 graphs, we're going to look at both size and color. So if your color is red, that means it's kind of worse than average. And the degree of red is, that's important too. That's a scale. White is average and green is indicative of good performance. So we can see here at 1,000, there have been 6 races, and that number is outlined up top here. And average place is almost 12th. So this could be a good down button, but it's bright red, vibrant red, because, hey, don't place too well here. Whereas if we look at, 22,000, we've got 30 races, and it's white, which is right around the average. Average place is 4.2. Do not necessarily get discouraged or turned off by the fact that there aren't any green bars here. Unless you're a horse that's, only had 1 or 2 races and it was a win, you're not going to see green there at all. So really, you're just kind of looking for white in this chart. So I just saw a message from Pack in Discord. And so now we go down to these 2, which I think are kind of fun. This is looking at the average distance and how much you vary from Zed. So this middle bar, this 0 right here, this is the Zed average. And if you're below it, you're slower. If you're above it, you're faster. If you notice, the further away you are, the darker or deeper the color. So the, again, 1,000, pretty slow. And, 2022 and 24, pretty fast. Looks like a pretty good distance runner, probably not a sprinter. Gets a little closer to the middle and the mid distances. Yes, dart side. It means more on. We'll talk about that a little later. It means more on ZEDalytics because these are not normalized. So like, yeah, we can see right here, this is 0.492. Boom, this is above. This is awesome. And then here's your standard deviation, how much that varies. So if it's below, it means you have a tighter standard deviation. It's above, you have a wider standard deviation. So how does this factor into buying a horse? What is the application of this page? Again, when it becomes more updated, disclaimer up top, definitely check that out. Let's say I'm on Haku. We talked about that site earlier. I find a horse. Hey, this horse looks interesting to me. Again, I wouldn't necessarily use it this way exactly this moment. I think would be a better way of doing that. But you can see, okay, is it a super coat? Is it a rare coat or not? High level, how is it performing? Is it performing well because it's racing mostly free races? Is it racing outside of its class? If it's currently in class, 1, it really should be in maybe class 3, maybe class 2. What distances is performing well in? Okay, looks like maybe this could be a distance runner. And that is then confirmed here by the placements, that is confirmed here by the speed, and that is confirmed here by standard deviation. Okay, if I'm looking for a distance runner horse, I believe that's currently sitting in class 3, maybe class 2, currently. Like, hey, boom, this could be a solid purchase for me. It gives you a deeper level of knowledge on what you're actually getting with the horse when you buy it. And then finally, sorry, I want to circle back to chat. We had a question here from Chaos. How often is the race info updated? It's about every 24, 36 hours. I'm a little delayed on it right now. That update will be coming soon, though. And it's based off of the date that you see is the, it's like the Australian, like, or whatever the, time zone that it's in. It's off of that race date. So it may be, November 4th in that time zone, but it's really going to be November 3rd in the US for all of you Americans in here with me. All right. And then finally, getting to the masterpiece here, my favorite page, my favorite tool on my site, the OG ZEDalytics. Taking a second to load it. And I'm going to be playing over the next few weeks with optimizing the load of this. I've been doing some research on that. No promises, but we will see. I promise it will be worth the wait of the load up. So we kind of resources for knowledge, state of Zed for understanding the ecosystem. Zed file is a tool to help with buying. And then ZEDalytics is a racing tool. We'll go ahead and let me just reload this. Come on. Come on. It is not wanting to cooperate right now. Give it one quick second. Before we go into ZEDalytics, while this loads up, let's give away another Bot Lady Super Space Sparkler ticket. What do you say to that? We got 66 people in here. Let's give that a go. All right, 2 minutes will be on the clock. It is exclamation point Bot Lady in chat starting right now. Heroin says, I want a review of Ripia, a new one. I have so many horses that I need your help. Absolutely, Heroin would be happy to do that. So I got a few questions for you on that horse, though. One, have you raced it? Darkside, thank you so much for stopping in. Have you raced it recently? If so, I want to wait. Give me like a day or two to update ZEDalytics, and we will go. I will go through that with you happily. Otherwise, if not, if it's been a few days since this last race, I will definitely take a look at it for you. Awesome, love it. We are filling in. Big shout out and thank you to Bot Lady. We have 29 tickets gone so far. T-Wiz kicking us off. Brony Tony, Aquila Creek, Chaos, Trot On, Bojack, OZ Red, All Elite, Heroin, Debo, I think my mouse died. Papusa Joe, Sean3 Twitch, Nels28. Let me just plug in my mouse quick. The struggle is real. Keeping them coming. Heroin. Jamie Dune. Chicago Stables, AC Wolf, Star Blue, Zermoose, Lucky, Veggie Dave, McGinnis, Andy, Mango Ice, Chekhov, 425, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ryan Temple, Gutters, Frisker Biscuit, Jungle Pony, Burt Racing, and Worm are all here. Welcome, 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 and thank you. We have 34 people in. Again, this is for a Z33 Space Sparkler Elite Buterin unraced, unbred, named Super Space Sparkler, Space Sparkle Coat. Like, awesome name. And we are, wow, that was a quick 2 minutes. Let's get started with this. First time Chekhov. Sorry, don't worry, Chekhov. We will have 3 more tickets to give away. If you did not get into this giveaway, totally fine. We got 3 more to give away, courtesy of Darside Super Coats. Big shout out to Bot Lady. All right, you know the drill. Let's get some hype in chat. We have 3 left to give away. Show some love to Bot Lady, and we will kick this off. And we'll check on ZEDalytics, see if how has that loaded up. There we go. We are up and running. Rip, you new one qualified for Zed tournament. Not much recent racing. Okay, we can throw that in. Love it. Papusa Joe hitting all those emotes. Crazy Cat. Mango Ice. Hype, hype, hype. I love it. I love it. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jungle Pony won again? No. No way. No. No. I mean, congrats to Jungle Pony. That is. Wow. All right. Well, when we give away number 3, if Jungle Pony wins, I mean, I'm doing this all through CloudBot. Wow. And you can only have one entry. All right, so if Jungle Pony wins the next one, we might have to do a redraw. Shout out to Bot Lady, who just said next person to buy one gets one free again. Huge, huge, huge. Go ahead and hit that up. I'll throw the link in chat. BOGO offer to the first person. Go, go, go. Get in, get in, get in. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Go ahead and check that out. Thank you to Bot Lady for her generosity. Wow, and please hit the heart. How many hearts do we have here? We're up to 10. Let's get that up. Let's get those hearts up. Let's get those hearts up. Alrighty. Let's go on to ZEDalytics here. So, just for example's sake, because I'm pretty sure this will be a good one, just to kind of talk out various pieces. Sorry to hear that, Lucky. First thing you do is type in your horse's name. Oh, you absolutely should do one heroin. Let me know when you do. Would love to hype it up. Would love to promote it for you, man. Would absolutely love to. All right. Oh, come on. Come on. You're killing me, Smalls. There you go. Okay. So there's a lot to take in here. And we're going to go through each column. We're going to go through each area. And I'll throw that right back in chat, Bongo Byte. So if you just go to that OpenSea link, and then the heart is right up above the picture. Show some love. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. So we're going to go through each one of these kind of components. And no problem, Bongo Byte. And kind of what they mean. And I'll also walk you through how I use it. And I know some people use it differently, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to give you my way. So first thing is type in your horse's name. This race type is a filter for free versus paid races. For a while, it was set to just show paid. You could switch over to free. Your options here are all free or paid. We're going to leave this on all just, again, for the sake of example. Here's your class filter. So it's defaulted at 1 through 5, so kicking out your Griffin race. All you'd have to do is click and drag this over to the left, and you can see that 1 goes to a 0, or again, click in the box, fill it in with 0. You'll also notice that there's a lot of space over here. That's because the ceiling of this goes to 99. If you put both ends of this on 99, or, I mean, if you really just expand 1 out to 99, the, looks like my chat widget broke. It will give you the tournament information. Here's the race day. Again, this is in the local time, so it might be a day-ish off. And then here's your races per day. This was really important when stamina was first introduced, but not as big now, because you can now race, 5 to 8 plus times within 12 hours, but still kind of handy to look at, how many times are you racing within a 24-hour period. Awesome. Bongabyte bought a ticket. Congrats, Bongabyte. Here you're going through your distances, and you're going to notice that there's a unique sort to each horse that gets plugged into this. It's not just going to go lowest distance to, longest distance, shortest to longest distance. And that's because there's an algorithm working on in the background that's going through some sorts, looking at your finishes, your speed, and then your performance, and giving a recommendation. Now, does that mean that the first distance that shows up is your best distance, is your preferred distance? Absolutely not. Still go through the chart, but it's a guide of maybe where things should be. Average class. So this is important to understand. If you have a horse that progresses through classes and you're evaluating competition, you're evaluating performance. Okay, let's say I'm currently in class 4 and I'm racing in 2000. Well, my average class is, 2.34, and I do pretty well. Like, I'm feeling pretty confident about my performance in class 4. So that's kind of how I use the average class. And again, all these things are summarized at the bottom, so you can kind of get those holistic numbers. Just looking down here. Number of races, pretty straightforward. How many times have you raced at each one of these distances? Distance frequency. Again, it's cut off because I'm like super zoomed in right now, and I think we can even go to 2. Yeah, we'll go to 200. That was looking at like how often are you favoriting a distance over another. So basically, just look at like, hey, I'm favoriting, 2400 the most, and then 2200 and 22,000. It's like, how often are you hitting that within a day period? Kind of like, how streaky are you with your distance selection? Average place. Again, we talked about on Zed file, 6.5. Where are we sitting? You don't have to have or be super low. Don't expect a 2 or 3. And just because you're at 6.5 doesn't necessarily mean you're not performing well, or you're slightly higher doesn't mean you're not performing well. You need to, and when I talk about this tool a lot, I talk about each column as a piece of a puzzle. And the more pieces of the puzzle you can put together, the clearer the picture that you will get in understanding your horse and your horse's ability. Here you have your fire breakdown percentage, average odds, which is no longer a thing, but it's just kind of there for historical purposes. Your average fee. So that's important when, again, picking out your race selection. We talked about average class. We'll talk about performance here in a minute, but when I'm selecting a race, so let's say, boom, I just got this new horse. It's in class 4. I see it 2000. Average class is 2. Okay, so that's a plus. Average fee is 0.001. So I can kind of get a baseline of, okay, how would I perform at this fee? Maybe I want to bump it up a little bit because now I'm in class 4. I think I could handle it. So those are kind of some of the strategies that you can use with ZEDalytics as far as figuring out where and how a horse should be raced. Then you have your profit. How profitable are you? And then your win percent, your first through, and this is my favorite part, it's the breakdowns, first through third, 4 through 8, and 9 through 12. So first through third basically being how often are you in the money, 4 through 8 being, you're going to get your pity point in 4th place, and then you're going to really not get anything up until 8th, and then 9 through 12, those are your kind of declassing finishes. How often are you finishing there? This one is super important. This is your average points. So these are your class points that you get. There are about 20 points, 19, 20 points between each race class. So on average, per race, how many points are you getting? So I can see right now I'm getting 1.45. And where this is important and how this is important is to understand how to maintain racing your horse within a class. So more than just saying, hey, it's 1.45 and this is -3. No, I understand now, on average, and they're going to be, outliers, and this is, looking just, again, more kind of macro within this column. I can race 2 times, so I'll be at 2.9 points for every 1 time I can race here. And I'll have basically a canceled out class progression of moving up in class. So if there are 20 points, I could race here, what is that, 40 times, and here 20 times. And again, depending on how you break that down, how you distribute that, if you keep that 2-to-1 ratio back and forth, you should stay pretty much even, assuming these distributions hold. Now, if I have, 2 races here and 50 races here, that's not necessarily a great indicator of if that performance will hold. It could get better, it could get worse, it could stay the same, but it's a little too early to make that call. So that's how I like to think of and use average points. Again, factoring into your racing strategy. So, up until now, we can look at what class am I racing in? What class should I be racing in? What distance should I be racing in based off of performance? At what fee should I target to race at? And then how often should I race at this distance versus race at a down class distance if I even have one? Again, that's putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Then this is a speed, looking at your speed at each distance. These speeds are normalized to the Z average. Is it perfect? No. But I think it's close and fairly accurate. And they'll kind of be reinforced when we talk about the next part of this. So this is, I would say, less important. What I look at more here is what are these numbers? So this is your speed versus the Z average. So we can see here that, okay, I'm faster than Zed. I'm getting 1.5 points. I'm finishing first through third 44, almost 45% of the time. And I'm profitable. Primarily raced at class 2. 38 races, that's a decent amount. Was getting good odds at the time. I might continue looking at 2,000, hypothetically. But then if I look at 24, I see, wow, okay, it's a faster speed, which isn't always going to be the case. I'm getting fewer class points, so I could almost run 3 times to 1 time here. I'm getting first through third over half the time, winning more. Profit is higher for the same fee, but I'm racing this closer to class 3 than class 2, so that may change in class 2. So this is how I go about, again, putting the pieces of the puzzle together in order to look at performance. Fire is also better here. And remember, we talked about state of Zed. Looking at horses, on average, we're targeting fire 55%. And, both of these cases, the fire is higher. A good sign. Not indicative of performance, but still important. Then here's your standard deviations. And again, in my opinion, the more important part is this is how it compares versus Zed. If it's a negative number, that's going to mean it is tighter than Zed. So when it's tighter, that means it's smaller. You're not racing a handful of races that are like super slow and a handful that are super fast. No, you're fairly consistent with how you're racing. When paired with a speed that is faster, that's usually a good sign of performance. So something to keep in mind there. Again, not always perfectly aligned, not always the case. You can see this is negative 0.61, but I'm running it pretty slow. Again, you want to put all of these pieces together. So, for example, at 2400, putting the pieces together, standard deviation is kind of close to Zed's, but I'm running it significantly faster on average, which is good. So I would probably be more right-leaning, meaning more likely to finish in the top half. That is shown here by the finish distributions, 53%, 23%, 23%. Makes sense. One thing that I didn't really cover is what is my win percent of my first and third percent. So maybe I have a 20% first through third, but an 18% of that is win versus a 20% first through third with only a 5% win. That ratio is also important to look at and to address. So I see I have my highest win rate, profitability, average fee is fine. That's average for the horse overall. Average odds were amazing. Fire was solid. Place was good. I seem to be racing it pretty frequently, so that's a sign of, okay, I'm racing it pretty well because the performance matching up with the high distance frequency. Good amount of races there, so this data should be pretty decent. And here's my average class. I should probably be racing around class 3, maybe a little bit in class 2. So that's how I put the pieces of a horse together when looking at it. Now, this is obviously a pre-planned example. So not every horse will have all the pieces that come together like this. Now, if we look down here, these are all normalized. You can see instead of one white triangle, there are multiple. And just like in all the other tools that I have, you can click in. So let's say we want to focus just on 2400. I'm going to click on it. And now you're going to see multiple white triangles. In each one of these, if you mouse over them, you can see it's paid or free and by class. So this is a class 5 paid. This was the average. Class 4 paid. Class 3 paid. Class 1 free. Class 1 paid. And the white triangles will only show up if your horse has raced in those classes at that distance. So you can see, wow, okay. If we drop back to class 5, so few races were raced slower than the average in class 5, and so many were above. But as we kind of move up, it's a little tighter. It's not as much. That middle point moves, but my races stay the same. Maybe not the most perfect example for this, but you can kind of see then and get an idea of really how that horse is racing. And again, when you look at it expanded out with all the distances, what you're looking for is a color, especially if you have a lot of races, is a very vibrant, dense red color in front of the white. That is what is important for looking at this. Now, this is probably one of my favorite parts of the whole tool. And I use this to look at what class you should be racing in. So this is a fire chart. It was also on State of Zed, but this is looking at fire by class and by distance on the bottom. And what we're looking for here is consistency of fire. So class 5, you can see, wow, 100% across the board. 4, 100%. 3, 100%. 2, it starts to drop off. There's one that dropped off here. And then 1 really starts to fall off. So where I see the most consistent and highest fire is where I try and target what class a horse should race in. So for example, I would target, okay, class 2 isn't bad. Because if you look at these numbers, 90, 80, 100, 56. But class 3, wow. Okay, and if you hover over it, you can see the amount of races. So 10, 1, 7, 9, 13, 9, 3. Pretty clearly. So I'd say, hey, maybe for this horse, I should be targeting class 3. And I know at 2400, about at class 3, I can perform well. Wow, okay, this would be a great sweet spot for this horse. Because we already put all these pieces together. We found a distance. Class 3 is worse than this. It's a lower number, or technically a higher number. A lower class, if that makes sense. So, wow, this horse could really do well. 2400, class 3, lock it in like perfect. Then here you've got gate distributions, and here is your finish chart as well. So that is how I use ZEDalytics. One thing to kind of be wary of, and I don't know, I haven't raced this horse too much recently, but this date slider, again, you can slide the little slider there, or you can actually click and you'll get a calendar view here. So if I want to look at, let's say, October 14th, since then, about the time of I think it was the 15th, when the tournament started, you can see how performance changed. And that would be good for isolating things like, hey, I've raced a lot recently. I know there are more difficult, higher classed horses in here. When looking at this in kind of isolation, how is the horse performed? Okay, so we see we have 2 free races in class 2. Looks like they were downclassing attempts. And because we know that this horse is a distance runner, and we can see, okay, yeah, ran slower, ran significantly slower, negative points, great, no fire, fantastic. But something to consider when we look at kind of the changes to the Zed ecosystem. AC Wolf says, MJ Stables, thank you for showing us all of this. Every time I think I'm getting a handle on the tool, you show me a new room in the candy store. Absolutely. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. Yes, there are tons of little tips and tricks and things that I use for kind of looking at evaluating horses or looking at my own horse's performance. All of these tools are available for free on my website, mjinformatics.com. If you go to the site, this is the homepage that will come up for you. Please check it out. I'm constantly working on new pieces to add to the puzzle to show all of you so that you can make the best decisions around both your races, your horses, and your stables. But yeah, so if you're thinking about buying a horse, check out Haku, throw it in here, see how many pieces of the puzzle you can put together. See if that makes sense. Does that fit where you think it does? The number one thing that I see newer stable owners make, or I guess mistake that I see newer stable owners make, is focusing too much on fire. I would focus, if I focus on just a singular section or area, I would focus on the finished distributions. Put the pieces of the puzzle together. Where's the horse racing? Where's its average class at these races? And how is it performed within those? Focus on this area right here. Fee, profit, win, first through third, 4 through 8, 9 through 12. That's your core, because those are, the hard factual numbers. You can even filter by date to try and improve that. And then these are kind of your fringe pieces out here. Your speed, your standard deviation, your odds, your fire, place, again, the number of races. Mattman, thank you so much for stopping in, first time viewer. Glad you like it. How often has the, stable owner been racing them there? The average class. You got to put all these together. I know it's a lot. I know it can feel overwhelming. But the more you can put more things together, the better they will be. I don't get standard deviation, Chaos says. No problem. So if you scroll down to the bottom, I've got a little bit of a explainer down here. So standard deviation is how much your horse deviates from its median speed. A higher standard deviation. So let's say right here. This is right here, right on my nose. If I can do this in the camera. This is your horse's median speed. If you have a big standard deviation, that means it's going to be pretty wide. Okay? It means you're going to have a really, if I can do this in reverse, a really slow bottom speed, like a really slow worst time, and a really fast high time. Now, if you have a lower deviation, you're most likely going to be running fairly consistency. So let's say this is a scale of, this is -5 and this is 5. Okay, so it's a 10-point swing. So instead of, you're running right at 0. Well, if you have a tighter deviation, that's going to be from -1 to 1. So that could be better. Now, if we take that's if your speed is the average. Now, if you're running at 1 and your speed is faster than Zed, we're going to shift that over this way, maybe. And what that's going to do is that means, hey, you're most likely to perform better. So that's kind of outlined in example 1. In example 2, a horse with a low standard deviation, so that means it's small, it's negative, it's tight, consistently running at certain speeds, and a higher than average kilometers per hour, so again, faster, I think this is faster, will most likely finish well and not finish 9 through 12 often. If you have average speed with a high standard deviation, you're probably going to be U-shaped because you're going to finish I think this is first. First a lot, and you're going to finish last a lot. And if you have a low standard deviation and a lower speed, then you'll most likely finish in the middle to like back end of the spectrum. Does that make sense, Chaos? Does that help? Hope that helps. Let me know, but definitely check this out. And if you are looking to donate, MJ for All is not just happening while I'm on stream. You can do that anytime. If you just click support MJ Informatics, it will throw up. It will take you to that site, and you find all of my socials down here: Discord, email, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm most active on Twitter. Okay, so yeah, Chekhov says, and I want to talk about this a little bit because it's kind of hard to understand. So on Know Your Horses, Chekhov says, a standard deviation of greater than 2 is considered to be very good, aka good U-horse. Do you have a benchmark? So, first of all, asterisk on that. When you are looking at standard deviation on Know Your Horses, greater than 2 isn't necessarily good and not indicative of a U-horse. You have to look at the way it's written. It's greater than 2 versus the average. So you have to go to that second page and see, okay, so for example, if my standard deviation is 4 on Know Your Horses, and the standard deviation is actually, for the general population, is 3.5, well, my standard deviation isn't greater than 2. It's really just 0.5 greater. So as far as benchmarks, that's a great question, though, on here. When you're looking at speed, you need to, speed and standard deviations, you need, first of all, you need to have a lot of races. I would have at least bare minimum 20. The more, the better. You get in the 40s, 50s, fantastic. What I like to see from speed, and this isn't, the reason why I haven't, I guess, outlined this or talked about this is because you can still find success. Not everyone's horse is a great all-star racer. And I don't want them to get discouraged just because they don't hit a certain benchmark that their horse can't perform. They might not be as profitable as other horses, but there could still be opportunity there. And I don't want a color or a ranking or a rating to say, hey, nope, don't do this because it's not good enough, and someone to give up on a horse too early, especially if you're on a tight budget. That being said, unofficially, with a good amount of races, I like the kilometers per hour versus Zed to be higher than 0.2. And then your versus Zed, I'm going to ballpark this at like negative 0.4 to negative 0.55 with a faster speed. But again, that's variable dependent on your speed. Because if you just look at it in isolation, it's not going to be a super effective metric. You have, in my opinion, you have to layer speed on top of that. And you have to use those things together. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question, Chekhov? Okay, Chaos, good. Glad that made sense. Chekhov, all good with that. Any further questions? Cool. Awesome. Love it. Any other questions just about my site, about other tools, about Zed in general, that I'd be happy to answer for you? One sec, just got a quick respond. Yeah, go ahead, throw some questions in chat. Oh yeah, big announcement. Golden Glow and I will be streaming on Sunday night. Our show on the Zed News Network. I'll throw that link in chat right now. twitch.tv/Zed News Network. And we will be featuring Doughboy from Ponyplug and Roid Rager of Roid Rager Stables. So pretty excited about that. Twitch.tv/Zed News Network, hosted by myself. That show is hosted by myself and Golden Glow Master. Let's give away another, our third ticket of the night. And if we get the same winner again, we might have to change that out. But let's throw up the Bot Lady Super Space Sparkle. And let's fire up this giveaway. Exclamation point Bot Lady, you have 2 minutes starting now. And let's fire up this giveaway. Exclamation point Bot Lady, you have 2 minutes starting now. All right, Bongabite is in, Star Blue is in, Ryan Temple is in, Peroni, Aquila, Bojack, Motherload, McGinnis, Jamie's in, M. Loro is in, Dork is in, Zermoose. Is it Zermoose or Zermus? Rolex wearing, Apps Babe, Sean 3 Twitch, Apps Babe, I didn't think you could make it. Congrats, happy you're here. Bad Crockett, Frisker Biscuit, that is a fun name. Veggie Dave is in. We've got 1:17 left. I do, is it echoing? I just had to check something quick. I was having some issues with it. Oh, you hear an echo. Sorry about that, Bot Lady. All taken care of. Can I win again? Yeah, okay. So if Jungle Pony wins again, full disclosure, we got 51 seconds. Jungle Pony won 2. If Jungle Pony wins this one, something is up. I mean, I will throw just for the sake of you know, just transparency here. We've got the timer. Like this is what we're working with here. Bot Lady says only 24 tickets left. If you go buy one, she will give you one. Go check it out. I'll throw the link in chat. $5 each. You're getting $10 for 5. 2 tickets. There are only 60 tickets in total. As you can see right here, there are 16 seconds left on the stream. First person gets one. Only the first. Rolex Warren says, can you just... Oh, I missed some questions up above. I believe from Andy. We'll complete this in a second. I want to answer this from Andy first. So how can you stop a horse that won't win or come last from classing up? So, Andy, it depends on the horse. And not all horses can class down or maintain class well. That's just... That's not always the thing. Zed is very gray. And so... you would have to look at that average points column and try and find your negative value. And I would recommend, in order to do that, to properly do that, you need to race, wide. You need to race in multiple distances to really find and isolate where that information is. Rolex Warren says, can you recap real quick on the versus ZEDalytics? The average is 0. Of that is good or bad? So if you're looking at the speed, that means you're running in the average speed. So then I would look at your standard deviation. So is that tighter or is that wider? And then I would apply that. Oh, is the average is 0 to negative? Oh, so if your speed is negative, that's not a good thing. If your standard deviation is negative, that can be a good thing. Especially if your speed is fast. All right, let's get some hype in chat. You're all watching this live, okay? Just to show you that it is not rigged. This is full. And Jungle Pony, if you win this, I'm sorry. We're going to have to pick someone else. I'm calling that out right here and right now. Yeah, no problem, Rolex. Glad that helped. All right, here we go. I love it. I love it. Star Blue, AC Wolf, Peroni, Tony. First time. D Crazy. What is going on? Don't worry, D Crazy. We will have 2 more to give away. D Crazy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Looks like we kicked off there. Okay. All right, picking the winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Siberia. Okay, it is not Jungle Pony. Congrats to Siberia. go ahead and shoot me a DM, please. Social links right down here. Thank you, Siberia. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that away. Jungle Pony did not win and complete it. Congrats to Siberia. Awesome. We will go ahead. Let's do number 4. You know what? Let's just kick it off again right away. We've got some new people in here. Exclamation point bot lady. Starting right now. 2 minutes on the clock. We'll talk about the lineage of this horse. Andy says, I've used your tool. My up is 0.73 and my down is negative 0.5. A very narrow window. He's had a few races too. Okay, so yeah. So again, Andy, you're looking at it. That's pretty close. That's almost a 1-to-1. So again, I would look at racing, and you have to think then, apply that to how many races there are to going up in class. So you could do over 20 races before you go up in class, assuming you're starting from the very bottom of that class. And then you would need about, 20-ish races, maybe 18, 17 to get back down to balance that out. So I would maybe look at doing a, 3-to-1. I would put more focus when you're that close, that much closer to 0, Andy. I put more of a focus on your positive points until you get within 4 points of classing up. Then I would start to focus on your negative a little more. Mix that in more. Don't just do completely one or the other. Just start to mix in that negative. All right, exclamation point bot lady. 22 out of 60 left. Uh-oh, the numbers are dropping. Coming soon. No problem. Okay, so we've got 43 seconds left. Exclamation point bot lady. Let's check out this lineage here. It's a Z33 Elite Buterin Finny Space Sparkle Super Coat, which is awesome. Then for parents, we've got Jackfin Sparkle Z15 Exclusive Finny and Outer Space Racer, which is super cool, especially since this horse is named Super Space Sparkler, Outer Space Racer. Love it. Let's go up the side of the sire there. Insano Damo, thank you so much. Damo, thank you so much for the follow. Please correct me if I'm mispronouncing your name. Jackfin Sparkle, then you have El Shady and Trickle Up Zukonomics, both from Lucky Jack. Exclusive Finny Z7 Genesis Finny, and then you have a Lab Rat, a Z3 Legendary Nakamoto, and Atom Smasher, a Z5 Genesis Finny. And then go up again. You got even more. You've got a Z1 Genesis Nakamoto AAA and a Z2 Genesis Nakamoto. So you're getting Knock, Finny. And then on the other side, you've got Outer Space Racer, Legendary, with Hailer, I don't know what that middle word is, Cross, Z9 Genesis Buterin, and another Z9 Genesis Buterin. Like, look at that. That is a pretty fun lineage. Mater with a Genesis male. Keep it elite. Exactly. Love that. Let's pick our winner. This is ticket number 4 of 5. Here we go. Let's get some hype in chat, and we will pick this drawing soon. Insano Damo. Nice. Insano Damo. Thank you. I love it. Pretty keen on winning. Hope you do. Best of luck. All right. Oh, I just saw your text now. I don't know how I missed that earlier. Sorry about that. Golden Glow, if you're still here. My bad, brother. All right. And our winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, Avon Field? Welcome to the party. Veggie Dave. Congrats to Veggie Dave. Big dub, big success for you, Veggie Dave. Congrats on the ticket. Again, I want to give a big shout out to Bot Lady. Please give her a follow. And also to Darside for supplying the tickets, giving them to me. Give him a follow as well. Bot Lady will be streaming tomorrow, 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern. So please go check her out. All right. And then, you know what? Let's just run through it. Let's do our final giveaway of the evening. Starting right now, right away. First day back from the honeymoon. Congrats. Welcome back. Hope it was great. Let's give the racing thing a try. Love it. All right, final raffle on the clock. 2 minutes. Exclamation point bot lady. hit it up. All right, who do we have in here? Andy and first one in Chekhov, Peroni Tony, D Crazy, J Ray, Sean through Twitch, Star Blue Dork, Bongabite, H Town, Avon Field, Apex, oh, Apps Babe, Frisker Biscuit. I love saying Frisker Biscuit. I don't know why, but it's really fun to say. Papusa Joe. Let's go. We have a minute left on the final raffle. Let me know if you have any other closing questions before we finish it out tonight. But please do not leave. We're going to go ahead and raid the guys over at Naruto Racing. Be on the lookout. Naruto and I may be doing something together pretty soon, which I'm pretty excited for. Hint, hint. My next stream will be this Saturday. I don't know if I can say any more than that. But yes, looking forward to my next stream this weekend. And then Sunday, as Golden Glow mentioned, will be Inside Zed on ZNN's channel. Golden Glow and I will be interviewing Doughboy and Roid Rager stables as well. All right, we have 9 seconds left. Last ticket of the night. First person to buy one. Oh, we've got is that another BOGO, bot lady? 22. One more BOGO. One more BOGO. Buy one, get one. First person to do it. And it's on Polygon, so you don't even have to pay gas. Last one, first person to do it. Let's go. Let's show some hype in chat. Some love to bot lady. Definitely give her a follow. Oh, boom. For the record, if I see in the you might like section, if I see you're following me and I am not following you, I will follow you back. All right. Let's pick our winner. Look at that hype already. Bongabite Apps Babe, thank you so much. Winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolex Warren. Congrats to Rolex Warren for winning the final Bot Lady raffle giveaway. This is her first NFT raffle giveaway, so super, super excited. And yes, a big shout out and a big thank you as well to Darkside Supercoats for donating these. All right, all 5 are in. I want to give a really big shout out. Heroin, if you are still here, DM me. I will give you that review off stream in a little bit. But I will definitely give that to you a little later. I want to give a big shout out and a huge, huge thank you to JRice530 for the $6.90 tip tonight. Worm0369 for the $10 tip and the heart. Love the stream. Cajun Lady for hosting with 1 follower. MLoro55555, I think that's 5 5s. $10 tip from Coolmore Farms. Trot on Racing, the legend, and also we follow each other on Twitter. If you don't know, it's a little joke between Trot and I. $10.69 donation. Thanks for your service to the community. No problem. And for each of you that donates, whether on stream, live, or not, you get entered into a giveaway at the end of the month for a UUU horse bred from my stable. The winner, the legend, currently Peck Sandman, $69. The end of the month will get multiple, potentially, prizes as well. Do not go anywhere. We are going to raid Naruto Racing. If I can spell soon. So let me see. Is it? Oh, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna put that up. Thank you so much. Yes, and I will see you next Monday night. On stream, doing probably a solo show. Maybe a group left. Only 20 tickets left. Important chat when we get into Naruto. I love that. I absolutely love that. Apparently I can't type. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, let's get that board in chat. We are going into Naruto in 3, 2, 1. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sorry about that, bro. Sorry. Not sorry, honestly.
Yeah. Yo, we got another the $5. What's it called? I'm not in the race though. I didn't make it into the one.
Yo, MJ with the raid. What is up, MJ? What is good? What is good? Welcome to Smoke Show, everybody.
Fatty raid.
Fatty raid. What is
Yo.
good? Blazer Papusa. Bongo
Yo, drop
Bite.
that new
What is
emo. How
good?
is the new emo?
Yo, show them the new emote. Show them the new emote, everybody.
If you're a subscriber, yo, check out the new emotes, bro. We got Brindino over here. Oh, Bongo Bite with the Naruto raid emote. Yes,
Bro,
that's what
the
I'm fucking
Naruto
talking about.
raid emote.
Bro, I
Look at
love.
the text all over Brennan's face.
Okay, you can't even see this, man.
You can't even see this
We're
motherfucker.
in here. It's the Smoke Show. Fuck all of y'all.
Also, viewers in here. What is
Also,
good?
if your girlfriend or wife is in the room,
this one's for everybody's girlfriend out
Oh,
there.
big
He's
shout out to
watching
FPS
Pornhub.
Leo. No why, bro. That's fucking fresh that he hooks us up with these, man. He's hooking up everyone in the fucking Zed community with good shit, man.
Yo.
FPS Leo, if you're in here, bro, we love you, man.
Yo, let me get after this real fast, everybody. So tonight's Smoke Show, what we're doing is we're doing all different classes. We have a race system. It's winner take all. If you get a W over us, right, you get 1